welcome back to the revision series, mathematics again, but we are on a bit of a roll with mathematics. And every time I do one topic, I think, oh yeah, I really should do this. Today is one that will come up in an arithmetic paper in year 6 SATs, will very likely come up into secondary school as well, and that is order of operations. They do have two catchy acronyms known as BODMAS. You may have heard of PEMDAS if you're in the United States. It's the same thing, just the words are slightly changed, that's all. Order of operations is important because actually if we have lots of different operations within a calculation, so we have some multiplication, we have some square numbers, we have some brackets, we have some addition and subtraction all in one calculation, we do actually have to do those in a specific order, otherwise the answer will actually change. So it does matter. We're used to seeing a calculation, 6 add 2 equals, we just read left to right, we just do that one thing, we carry on. But with an order of operations question, we have to do certain things ahead of certain things, otherwise the answer really does change. My first piece of advice, which nobody ever listens to, but it'd be good if you did, is whenever you get a BODMAS or a PEMDAS question, actually write it down on your page, actually write it on the question, write your BODMAS down the side, and then you can remember, you can recall it, note it down, and that will help just guide you. Oh yeah, that comes first, then that, then that, then that. The people that skip that step are usually ones who feel that they're very confident, but you can still get small errors. It only takes a second to write down BODMAS and to remind yourself of what it is, but it could just get you that mark. And the other piece of advice I would give is, if you're ever just completely stuck and it all goes out of your head, do the interesting elements first. So we rarely see parts of a calculation, especially in year 6 and early secondary school. You don't see an awful lot of stuff in brackets, so you might think, oh yeah, I don't see that a lot. That's interesting. I'm going to do that bit first. Same with cube numbers or squared numbers. You don't see them an awful lot compared to addition and subtraction. You can go, oh yeah, I'll do that as well. We don't see that very often. I'm going to do my orders of magnitude. And that will get you quite a long way towards getting a BODMAS question correct. So here is BODMAS. The list is down the side here. There is a reason for the colours, and I'll go through that in a second. But it's worth also noticing the little note I've got at the top. If you're doing an arithmetic paper and you're in year 5, year 6, year 7, 8 and onwards, you've got some really tricky maths to do. 6-digit additions, subtractions, percentages, fractions, all of that. Something about BODMAS questions is they're not really testing you in your calculation ability. So the actual calculation is likely to be quite simple. And that can give you a clue that it's actually a BODMAS question. You'll see what I mean when we get onto the examples. But if you've been doing some really heavy duty arithmetic and you come to a question, you go, okay, there's multiplication there, there's a squared number and brackets, but it all seems really simple. It's probably because they're testing you on your knowledge of order of operations and not actually making the calculation part hard. So here is BODMAS. Brackets comes first, then orders of magnitude, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So it should go in that order. What it means is you do, if you see something in a question that has brackets, you do them first, ahead of everything else, regardless of what you have to do within those brackets. So regardless of whether it is 4 times 2 or 10 take away 1 within the brackets, doesn't matter, do whatever is in the brackets first. Second thing you need to do is anything with an order of magnitude, or for PEMDAS, it's an exponential, so a cube number or a squared number, that comes second. Get them sorted, rationalize those, so just change your 2 squared to a 4, get that sorted before you do anything else. The reason that I've drawn division and multiplication, they're both in green, is because they actually have equal value. So division isn't more important, it shouldn't come before multiplication, they have equal value. So if you have you won't have lots of multiplication and division, but just read it from left to right. If you have division and multiplication, if you have, 2 times 2 divided by 3, whatever, that's going to make a horrible fraction. But you just read it as you go. Read it like a normal calculation. 6 times 2 divided by 4. Read it from left to right. You don't have to search out the division first. You're just going to read it from left to right, because otherwise it's not going to make a huge amount of sense. You couldn't really do the 2 divided by 4. It would get you to the same result, but just read it normally. Same with addition and subtraction. Addition doesn't necessarily come first. They are of equal value, hence why they are both blue. So if you've got 2, add 2, take away 1, add 3, add 6, take away 10. Just read it from left to right. With a wiggly line. They are of equal value, so read any of them from left to right. That is what BODMAS is, and we're going to go through a couple of examples from a Year 6 Stats arithmetic paper. It will make a lot more sense when we get into one. Here is the way that we would do it if we were completely incorrect. So if we were to just read it like a normal calculation, most of our calculations we can just do straight away. And if we were to read it from left to right, which is not the right way to do it, and just see what we come across first, I'd get 60 divided by 30, 2, and take away 24. And so I'm going to end up there with negative 22. Don't worry about that so much, but I'm just going to use that for comparison in a minute to prove to you why we have to do things in the correct order. Now, correctly, if we get a BODMAS question, as we can see, numbers aren't massive, calculation isn't huge, but we're going to note down our BODMAS down the side, and then notice, yes, I've got brackets, don't have any orders, I do have a division, and I've got a subtraction. So what am I doing first? Brackets, 30 take away 24, 6 right underneath. Rewrite the question below in stages if you like. And we have 60 divided by 6. 60 divided by 6, because the subtraction's already sorted, isn't it? We've now sorted the subtraction so that can go, because it's within the brackets. Brackets goes there. Now we're just left with that division. 60 divided by 6 is 10. Put it in there, give yourself a mark. What I mean. But if you look back to where we were, if we just read it from left to right, we get it unbelievably incorrect. We get negative 22. If we do it the proper way with BODMAS and we write it down the side, we get the correct answer, which is 10. Okay, here we go again. Again, if you completely lose track of what BODMAS is, you might just find the squared number interesting. So we've got an order of magnitude there. We do have a subtract there, and we have a divide. Don't need to tick this, but it's just so we notice what's going on. Okay, 9 squared is the same as 9 times 9, which is 81. Then we have 81 divided by 36 divided by 9. So we've got rid of our orders there. And now we're in a difficult situation where we've got a subtract and we've got a divide. I'm looking at my BODMAS, divide comes first. It's almost as if, and I do draw the brackets in, but you don't need to, it's almost as if that's bracketed for you because you have to do it first. So you've got 81, take away 36, divided by 9, that is 4, and you've got 81, take away 4, 77. You see, if you didn't know which way around to do all of these things, it could go horrendously all over the place. You've got 81, you could take away the 36 from that, then try to divide by 9. But you've got lots of stages. You've got 3 elements there that need to be done in order to get the correct mark. Again, you don't need to tick these as you go, but it's worth highlighting to yourself, oh yeah, I've got one of those, I've got one of those, and I've got one of those. Get yourself organised first, and you're going to get it correct. So again, mixed operations. If I wasn't sure, I'd be in my arithmetic paper thinking, okay, these numbers are small. I'm pretty sure I could do this quite easily. Ah, yeah, what they're doing is they're testing me on BODMAS. Write it down the side. Realising I've got brackets first. I do have a divide in there. That's going to be sorted in a minute. And then I have an addition. So brackets first. 36 divided by 6 is 6. Already dealt with the division. Done. Because it was within the brackets. 50 add 6 is 56. Give yourself a mark. And what I mean. That is BODMAS. All sorted. The main thing, as with everything in mathematics, as with everything in arithmetic, is just get yourself organised. It's about noticing, right, what is the question asking me? BODMAS question, what do I need to do to help myself? Write down BODMAS, and then following it through more simple calculations than in anything else in the arithmetic paper. Make sure you don't make a silly error. Do a tick mark if you need to, and you should be absolutely fine. These are not too tricky, and remember, they're not testing your calculation for these. So I'm hoping that's going to help you out with any of your BODMAS or your PEMDAS, whatever acronym you want. As long as you do it in the right order, you should be absolutely fine. Please like and subscribe to the video. If there's anything else you want to see, send me a message or let me know, and I'll continue to make more of these revision videos very, very soon. See you later. Ciao.